steady go.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us today at Apple Park, and welcome to WWDC. We all look forward to this event and this week as we get to share our latest platform advancements and innovations with our developer community and with our users. WWDC also gives us the chance to celebrate our incredible global community of developers. The energy around Apple platforms has never been stronger. Developers are building more apps than ever, with well over 1,000 submissions to the App Store every hour. We're also investing in the next generation through 20 Apple Developer Academies around the world, which have already helped tens of thousands of students begin their journeys. And with WWDC, we hope to build on that momentum, inspiring even more incredible app experiences for our users. At Apple, we've always believed that technology should be personal, powerful, and easy to use. The tight integration of our hardware and our software unlocks the full potential of each of our products. That same philosophy drives us to design our operating systems to work together seamlessly and to create a common foundation of technologies to help developers build great experiences across their apps. We've seen that when we put powerful tools into people's hands, they can do extraordinary things from extraordinary places, places we only could have dreamed of. This is what WWDC is all about, introducing new technologies and innovations that push the limits of what's possible. Today, we're looking forward to sharing some exciting announcements, including our latest advancements in Apple Intelligence and Siri. With that, I'd like to hand it off to Craig to get us started.
Let's talk about our next set of releases, where we have some exciting updates to share. This year, we put our focus into 3 areas. First, improvements that make our platforms more responsive and easier to use in your day-to-day life. Second, updates in trust and safety, where we're building on our commitment to provide a safe and trusted platform for kids. And third, a big leap forward for Apple Intelligence, with an innovative architecture that unlocks a new Siri across platforms, along with many helpful features integrated into the apps you use every day. This work applies to our new releases across all of our platforms, from iOS and iPadOS to watchOS and tvOS, visionOS, and macOS. Speaking of macOS, for those of you that are WWDC regulars, you of course know that this is the moment where I relay the latest exploits of Apple's crack marketing team, and their, shall we say, unconventional methods for naming macOS releases. In this case, I'm afraid the story is incomplete. Last I saw them, they just spilled out of their recently installed Apple Park experiential ideation yurt and piled into their microbus. I tried to catch them, but they just handed me this note out the window before motoring northward. So here's all I've got. Dude, our chakra alignment has set our compass toward the summer of love, but like further. Our corporeal forms know no earthly tether. We shall float on a span of gold over infinite seas, flying so high, marketing is such a great job. Okay, well, I'm afraid they haven't returned, and I'm lacking the sensory amplifiers to crack this code. So I guess the great era of macOS names must come to an end.
It's Golden Gate, man!
Oh, thank goodness. Perfect. Our next version of macOS is macOS Golden Gate. All right, with that behind us, let's start with improvements that will make our platforms better than ever. Our products are an integral part of daily life, helping us at work, at school, at home, and everywhere in between. So naturally, we all have high expectations for them. And we are always challenging ourselves to make our products ever more responsive, even more reliable, and that much more delightful to use. So instead of just introducing a host of new features, we're also taking the features you already rely on and making them even better. Because we believe the best operating systems aren't just built on big breakthroughs, they're built on sweating the details. To tell you more, here's Stacy.
Attention to detail has always been core to Apple's DNA. And this year, our teams doubled down on our relentless dedication to make the experience feel more polished and intuitive. We scoured every part of the OS for opportunities to refine our systems, from the UI to the foundations. Nothing was off limits, no enhancement too small. We made things faster, smoother, even easier to use, and we took care of a bunch of things you've been asking about. We're excited to share some highlights of this work with you. To kick things off, let's talk about one of the key themes of this effort, design. To tell you more, here's Shubham.
Last year, we introduced our most ambitious cross-platform design update ever with Liquid Glass, which made apps and experiences even more expressive and delightful. Like with all major design updates, there's a natural process where we take a bold leap forward and then we continue to iterate. Part of how we do this is by listening to users and developers. Our team really appreciates your feedback, and we considered it deeply as we refined the new design over the past year. Now, we're making some additional refinements, starting with updating the foundations of how Liquid Glass is built. To ensure exceptional readability, we tuned Liquid Glass so it diffuses complex content behind it much more effectively, while also creating more depth and separation. While we think this is a great new default look, we also know that some users would like Liquid Glass to be even more clear, and others prefer a more tinted appearance. Since everyone's preference varies, we're adding a new slider in settings to adjust Liquid Glass, so you can set it anywhere from ultra clear to fully tinted. It's a whole new way to personalize your experience across apps. And for developers who have already adopted Liquid Glass, these customizations apply in your apps right away. In addition to improving Liquid Glass, we also wanted to reincorporate some of the cornerstones of macOS design that our users have always loved. For example, to help better distinguish larger groups of controls and text from the content beneath them, there's now a more uniform toolbar across the top of apps. This keeps text labels and headings legible while also providing greater structure. And to further refine the structure of apps on Mac, sidebars now expand to the very edges of the window. This helps reduce distractions along the left edge, and it delivers the same beautiful refractions as content scrolls underneath to create a more expansive feeling across your apps. Sidebar icons also regain their color, making it easier to distinguish apps and identify which window is active in the foreground. And every window on macOS now has the same tighter corner radius, ensuring greater consistency across all of your apps, even if they haven't been updated. Finally, let's talk about app icons. Last year, we redesigned all of our app icons to establish a more harmonious look across apps and platforms. This year, we're taking this new design even further by integrating additional layers of Liquid Glass directly into the icon artwork itself. Not only does the refraction between these layers add character to each icon, but this new approach also makes icons appear sharper and more defined. They look great in your dock, on your home screen, or when they're put into an all-clear look. Together, these updates culminate in an even more focused and approachable experience across your apps and across platforms. Now, back to Stacy.
These design improvements are just the beginning. As we embarked on this journey to raise the bar for our products even higher, we also spent a lot of time digging into the fundamentals. Things like memory usage, CPU utilization, networking operations, display rendering. I could go on and on. But really, the point is this: we optimize the parts of the system that make a big difference in the responsiveness of our products. For example, system animations are smoother, like swiping between home screen pages on your iPhone, entering mission control, or moving between spaces on Mac. Plus, a lot of things are faster. I'll just name a few. First, iPhone and iPad apps launch up to 30% faster. It's kind of unbelievable that it could get even faster, but the team found a way to preload the key data apps need when you open them, so they're ready to go. This applies to third-party apps too. And content across the system loads faster. For instance, after you shot some new photos, it used to take a beat for them to load in your library. Now, new photos appear up to 70% faster. And when you share those photos or other files with a friend using AirDrop, they'll transfer up to 80% faster. And browsing files and transferring them from iPad to an external drive is up to 5 times faster, making it just as fast as the Finder on Mac. We're also doing something that will make older iPhones feel even more responsive, which has to do with our CPU scheduler. The CPU scheduler is a key system component that manages CPU resources across workloads as you use your iPhone throughout your day. Even when you're doing a ton of things at once, requiring a whole lot of compute, the CPU scheduler ensures the right work is executed at precisely the right time. On our newer iPhones, iOS already has an advanced CPU scheduler. This year, we further optimized it, so it's even more efficient when handling performance-intensive workloads. And not only that, but we also figured out a way to bring it to older models, all the way back to iPhone 11. And yes, that does mean that iOS 27 is supported on iPhone 11 and all of the same iPhone models as iOS 26. This continues our industry-leading support and means iOS 27 is available to more users than any iOS release ever. There's also some work we've done that's about getting out of your way, clearing the path so you can work, communicate, and find the things you're looking for without speed bumps. Like with network transitions, we're making it more seamless for your iPhone to transition between cellular and Wi-Fi networks. We all know those moments where you find yourself jumping into Control Center to manually toggle off Wi-Fi to force a cellular connection. Like when you walk past your favorite coffee shop with that extra strong Wi-Fi signal, or try to go online as you get off a flight and realize you're still connected to the airline's network. To help you avoid moments like these, we've made your iPhone smarter about when to stay connected and when to switch. And for those times when you're in a low bandwidth situation, sending a big photo or video and messages will no longer slow your conversation. You'll see a new send indicator for each message when things are taking a little longer to go through, giving you clarity on exactly what has and hasn't yet been delivered. There's one last area I want to mention where we've made a big push to help you accomplish what you need with greater ease and reliability, and that's search. We've all had that moment where you search for something you know is there, but it just won't show up. So on iOS, iPadOS, and macOS, we've rebuilt the foundation of search that powers Spotlight, Photos, and Mail. At its core is the Search Index, a rich catalog your device builds of all your content so it can understand what you have and where to find it. We re-architected the index so it's more stable, more efficient, and more comprehensive of content, both old and new. After you update, our new search infrastructure goes to work indexing the content of your device, so it has a complete picture of what's already there. And as new content comes in, it's indexed almost immediately. So when you go to search, you'll find what you're looking for. Plus, in Mail, a completely new ranking system surfaces even more relevant results in your top hits. So the email you're looking for is more likely to be the very first thing you see, even if it was sent months ago. Those are just some highlights of the work we've done this year to make our products smoother and more responsive. There are also some great features across your apps and products that we're excited to deliver, including some we've been hearing about from you. Let me give you a handful of examples. In Photos, your iCloud shared albums can now include all of the photos and videos from your latest adventures because your friends on Android or Windows can join and contribute their own captures to the album. And what's more, Shared Albums now supports full resolution sharing. In the Health app, cycle tracking now has support for perimenopause and menopause. You can be notified when your cycle patterns are suggestive of perimenopause, log your related symptoms, and read educational information so you can understand more about what's going on with your body and be better prepared to talk to your doctor. On AirPods, we're delivering custom EQ so you can further personalize how your AirPods sound. On Apple Vision Pro, you can now turn panoramas you've shot into spatial scenes with incredible depth and realism, making your memories even more immersive. And you can use those panoramas as your environment, surrounding yourself with a moment that is personal to you. And lastly, over in Maps, we are giving Flyover an incredible boost. Using aerial imagery combined with vision intelligence models, everything is rendered in stunning, sharp detail. From beautiful architectural details, to the shapes of individual trees, to the way light reflects off the glass of skyscrapers, you'll see cities around the world like never before. We are thrilled about how these improvements touch so many parts of the experience across our platforms. Now, back to Craig.
With meaningful design improvements, enhancements that make things even more responsive, and some great new features, we think the experience you have with your Apple products will be more delightful than ever. Now, let's talk about trust and safety. We build products that empower people and enrich their lives while helping them stay safe. We provide end-to-end encryption to help protect your conversations, strong privacy protections in Safari, app permissions that keep you in control of your location, photos, and more, and life-saving features like crash detection. Our long-standing commitment to safety is especially important when it comes to kids and teens who rely on our devices to stay in touch, to explore creativity and enhance learning, and to build their independence as they grow. And as parents ourselves, we're committed to building a safe and trusted platform for kids. So this year, we're taking a big step, expanding our child safety features with powerful and intuitive tools. To tell you about our approach, here's Sumbul.
Our work in this area is grounded in two core principles. First, we recognize that every child is unique, and parents are in the best position to decide what works for their family. Second, we believe in shaping Apple's child safety features based on expert health research. The best available research from clinical and child development experts, as well as online safety experts, emphasizes the importance of balancing learning, creativity, and connection with establishing boundaries around technology use. This is critical in protecting adequate time for in-person social interaction, academics, physical activity, and sleep, all of which are essential for healthy child development. The research also shows that kids under 18 using personal devices benefit from age-based protections guided by adult supervision. And for those under the age of 13, access to personal devices should be limited and expanded when a child is ready. As parents, we want our kids to develop healthy digital habits. To help parents accomplish this, the American Academy of Pediatrics created the Family Media Plan, and we are working with them to adapt it into a guide for parents that helps them establish those healthy digital habits using our child safety features. We also continue to collaborate with researchers to understand the impact of technology on children's well-being, and are committed to advancing the science in this area. We know many families are looking for help to make sure their kids experience only what parents think they're ready for. Here's Raja to show how they can get started.
As parents, we want our kids to get started on the right foot. So it's important to know that the first and most important step is to create a child account. It immediately enables safeguards across the system, tailored to their age, like blocking adult websites, only allowing age-appropriate media, and setting age-based restrictions in the App Store. A child account also provides access to powerful parental controls. If your kids aren't on a child account today, don't worry, you can convert their existing account. Building off the child account this year, we focused on tackling the things parents are most concerned about, like what content our kids can see, who they're allowed to talk to, when kids have access, and how parents can guide their kids' digital journey. And we're providing parents with recommendations based on expert guidance to help them decide what's right for their kids. Let's start with what content kids can see. On one hand, there's so many benefits to your child having their own device. You rest easier since you can stay in touch, know where they are, and provide them with great apps that help them learn and grow. But we also worry about opening the door to too much, too quickly, and letting kids access things they're not ready for yet. Starting this year, parents can ensure their kids start focused by giving them access to only the content they are comfortable with. Then, gradually and when appropriate, add more over time. It begins with an easy-to-use setup assistant where parents can choose exactly what they want to allow. A few essential apps, a recommended set, or the specific ones they want. Over time, a child will be ready to add more, and parents can remain in control. To tell you more, here's Anne.
The best way to stay on top of what our kids can do is to manage which apps they download. On the App Store, every app has an age rating that helps us parents decide if it's appropriate for our kids. When a child finds an app they want, they need to ask for permission. Parents then decide with helpful context if it's the right app for their child, and review these requests right in Messages with Ask to Buy. This year, we're expanding what parents can approve beyond apps to the web with Ask to Browse. Kids need to ask when they want to view a new website. Parents can take a closer look before approving. This works seamlessly across iPhone, iPad, and Mac with Safari. Ask to Browse and Ask to Buy are both on by default for kids under 13. Parents can also enable these settings for teens.
How about who kids can talk to? Parents are in control here, too. You can start off with just the immediate family, add grandparents, and as kids grow, they want to connect with new people. Just like with apps, parents can have their kids ask for permission before connecting with anyone new. As parents, we also want our kids' conversations to be safe, free from inappropriate content. Today, if a child receives or attempts to send images or videos that might contain nudity, communication safety warns them and blurs the content. It even works on live FaceTime calls. This year, communication safety also intervenes before kids can see gore or violent content in shared images or videos.
Next, let's talk about managing when your child has access to the apps on their personal devices. With screen time today, parents can see how much time a child is spending on their device. At my house, it can be tough to get the kids to put down their favorite videos or games. We know parents want to better manage the time their kids spend in certain apps. So we're providing them with a flexible and easy new way to help them do this with time allowances. Now, front and center are entertainment, games, and social media, with a daily time allowance recommendation that spans all three, giving parents a helpful starting point. Each of these categories also has its own time allowance recommendation to start with. These are based on a child's age and developed with the best clinical and child development experts, including, as Sumbul mentioned, the American Academy of Pediatrics. And we will actively work with them to update these recommendations as the science evolves and we get feedback from parents. When it comes to social media, we know parents are concerned. Experts recommend children under 13 don't use social media, and that parents carefully consider when their teen is ready. And because every child is unique, parents are in control and can always adjust any of the suggested allowances based on what's best for their child.
We also know that every day isn't the same. A school day isn't the same as a weekend. And when it comes to school, we believe devices in the classroom should be used to support learning. So now, parents can easily set up a schedule and choose which apps are available to kids at different times of the day. This helps kids stay focused when it matters, like during school. And schedules work hand in hand with time allowances, letting you do things like offer extra time to watch a movie on the weekend. And of course, parents have the ability to fully customize these schedules to fit their family's routines. Parents also want simple and intuitive ways to guide their kids' digital journey to be healthy and positive. So we've completely redesigned screen time. At a glance, parents can see how their kids have been using their devices. And in the moment, parents can quickly adjust access with just a tap.
Now, what about the experiences kids have when exploring within apps? What's possible today in apps feels almost limitless, from more ways to connect with others to AI and immersive gaming. But as parents, we want to make sure our children are ready for these experiences. While Apple's powerful controls help parents manage which apps their child can access and when, it's developers who play an important role in ensuring kids are getting age-appropriate experiences within apps. Many apps already offer parental controls to help shield kids from content they shouldn't see. We believe every app has that same responsibility. To help developers get started, we offer a full suite of APIs and resources. For example, to help protect against nudity and violent content in apps, or help ensure parents approve any new contacts in apps. Developers can also use the Declared Age Range API. This allows them, in a privacy-preserving way, to use a child's age range to tailor their app experience accordingly. These and many more resources are available to help developers build safer experiences for kids. And now, back to Craig.
To sum it up, we're giving parents powerful, easy-to-use tools to help manage what kids can see, who they can talk to, and when they have access. And for parents who want to learn more, we have a new website that highlights all of our child safety features and provides answers to common questions, including how to get started. Together, this makes for a big update, underscoring our ongoing commitment to building a safe and trusted platform for kids. Now, let's turn to intelligence. AI is incredibly powerful technology, with the potential to shape society in profound ways, and, with proper care, unlock meaningful benefits for people everywhere. Still, some appear to be racing forward, seemingly pursuing AI for the sake of AI, without clear regard for the people, all of us, that it's ultimately meant to serve. At Apple, our mission has always been to turn the potential of advanced technology into helpful and intuitive products for everyone. This has been true since the dawn of personal computing, and it's never been more important than today. We believe that truly helpful AI must be centered around you and your needs. This means integrating AI deep into the products you use every day, grounding it in your personal context and the apps you rely on, and of course, designing it with privacy at every step. This is our vision for Apple Intelligence. And today, we're taking a big step forward with the next generation of Apple Intelligence that makes your Apple products more personal and useful. We'll tell you about its bold new architecture, how it unlocks an entirely new Siri that's much more responsive to your needs, and how it makes your apps smarter and more useful. So let's get started with our new architecture. It's centered around you and the Apple products that you use every day. And at the heart of Apple Intelligence are Apple Foundation models. This year, we embarked on a deep collaboration with Google, leveraging the technologies behind their Gemini family of models. Together, we created the next generation of Apple Foundation models for our integrated Apple Intelligence experiences, and adapted these new models to run on-device and on servers using private cloud compute. These powerful server and on-device models unlock a huge upgrade for Apple Intelligence, with state-of-the-art understanding and reasoning and multiple modalities, like powerful image understanding and generation, so you can create realistic images, edit photos like never before, and get answers about visual content. And we went further, optimizing for the most capable of our Apple Silicon systems with a second, even more powerful version of our on-device model. This model lets supported products understand and generate speech, along with understanding text and images. And it delivers even higher accuracy for system-wide dictation, better natural language understanding, and incredibly expressive voices. Next, we integrated our models deeply into our platforms, enabling a wide range of system-wide capabilities. And Apple Intelligence securely coordinates across them with a new system orchestrator. These capabilities start with personal context understanding. Whether you're looking at a photo from years ago or a note you took recently, you can find what you're looking for just by asking. Behind the scenes, Apple Intelligence uses Spotlight and its powerful semantic index, which quickly surfaces what you need in the moment. And it works with any app that integrates with it. Plus, with broad world knowledge, Apple Intelligence can go out to the web to get up-to-date information, then use private cloud compute to generate an answer, whether you're researching for school or brainstorming for a party. And with App Actions, Apple Intelligence can draw on the app toolbox to find the right tools from your apps to complete your request. Like when you're drafting an email from scratch or editing and sharing a set of photos. Finally, with on-screen awareness, Apple Intelligence can tailor its assistance in the moment based on the app you're using and what you're doing. This powerful new architecture unlocks a wide range of helpful experiences. From an all-new Siri to intelligent features across your most used apps. And because they're available system-wide, they're even more useful for the things you do every day. Of course, like everything we do at Apple, this architecture is built privacy first. Today, many AI providers talk about privacy, but by default, most of them retain your personal interactions, leaving the onus on you to defend your privacy. Like using temporary chats, deleting conversations, or even turning off entire features. At Apple, we believe privacy in AI is non-negotiable. Apple Intelligence uses on-device processing, as well as private cloud compute, which ensures your data is not stored or accessible to Apple or anyone else. Your data is only used to execute your request, and outside experts can continue to verify this promise at any time. Now, we're excited to show you all the ways that Apple Intelligence elevates your Apple products, starting with an all-new Siri. To tell you more, here's Mike.
Siri is the personal assistant that helps you get things done just by asking. Still, we know there are times when you expect more from Siri. So we've rebuilt Siri with powerful AI at the core. And today we're introducing an entirely new version of Siri, unlocked by Apple Intelligence. We call it Siri AI. Siri AI uses our new Apple Intelligence capabilities, and you can tap into them in the same ways you access Siri today, like by saying, "Hey Siri." This includes personal context understanding, app actions, on-screen awareness, image understanding, and access to broad world knowledge. So Siri is now a profoundly more capable assistant that helps you find what you need and gets more done. It's also more conversational, so you can go back and forth like never before and get detailed, engaging answers. As you have these rich conversations, you can refer back to them with a new dedicated Siri app. And not only that, now Siri offers helpful visual intelligence across platforms, along with integrated tools so you can write and edit with Siri virtually anywhere you type. As you get more done with Siri, you'll notice how it looks fluid and intuitive with a brand new design that reflects the power of Apple Intelligence. Let's take a closer look, starting with how Siri is a much more capable assistant. I want to get right into it and show you a few things that you can now do with Siri in your day-to-day,
Let's start with something simple but super useful. Say you've heard about a local concert. When's that Suki Waterhouse show in SF? Siri can draw on current world knowledge to ground its answers to your questions. Okay, looks like the concert is on July 26th. How can I get tickets? Okay, you have to enter a lottery to get the tickets. Remind me to sign up when the lottery opens. Okay, got a reminder. Now let's hear one of her new singles. Reminders, music, the things you'd expect Siri to do, but now that much more capable.
I've been lying in a bathtub till I'm
Next, let's see how Siri can use awareness of what's on your screen. Where is this exactly? Here, Siri can identify the location of this beautiful shot along the Santa Cruz coast. Oh, cool. Natural Bridges State Beach. My friend recently moved somewhere around there. I wonder if he's nearby. Where's Jeff's new place? I remember he sent his new address, but I really actually don't know where it is, and I certainly didn't save it anywhere. But Siri can just find it for me. Nice. So if I was being spontaneous, I could say, give me directions to the Arch with a stop at Jeff's. With a little world knowledge and some personal context, Siri's pulling it all together. And there you go, my route, just like that. Let me show you one more example of Siri helping me to get something done using my personal context. Show me photos from up in Shasta last weekend. Siri is searching through my photos to find the ones from my family's recent ranch trip. Let's see. Okay, that's a lot of cows. Add just the ones with Bryce, Madison, and Quinn to our shared family album. So without having to go into the Photos app at all, Siri can help me find just the photos I had in mind. All right, those are awesome. And share them with the whole family, easy as that. These are just a few of the ways that Siri AI is much more capable. For products that support our most advanced on-device model, we have two enhancements that are really useful throughout your day. First, a brand new voice experience that enables Siri to sound incredible and a lot more expressive. Just listen.
Jaws said, "Team, these apricots are peak. Have they always been this good? Why has no one told me? I'm telling you, man, I've been changed. Clear the fridge. No, clear all the fridges."
On it, Jaws. And you can customize Siri's voice like never before, adjusting expressivity and pace until it clicks.
Hi, let's find the right voice for you. I'll practice some things I like to say while you listen. Let me try this one out. You have one new message. Here's another one. Your timer is set for 1 minute. Now for some directions. At the next stop sign, turn right.
Plus, we're making a big update to system-wide dictation with a major boost in accuracy. It's much more precise in capturing what you say, from spelling to punctuation and capitalization. And because it's built right into the keyboard, you can use it across the system, whether you're texting the group chat while you're on the subway or thinking out loud while using your journaling app. All these updates to Siri extend to CarPlay as well as AirPods. And that's far from all. We're going even further. Here's Justin to tell you more.
We're enabling Siri to be much more conversational, so it gives you richer answers and gets more done for you. This goes well beyond quick questions or one-shot tasks. With Siri AI, you can ask for an in-depth plan, go back and forth during a creative brainstorm, get feedback on a document, and so much more. And this capability is available to you system-wide. Plus, we've tailored this experience for each platform. On iOS, you can swipe down from the dynamic island to search, or to start a conversation with Siri by typing. And of course, you can say, "Hey Siri," or use the side button to get an in-depth answer. Let me show you. I'm excited to watch the World Cup. Let me ask, what's the schedule for opening weekend of the World Cup? There we go, there's the schedule. Now check this out. I can pull down at the bottom, and I'm in a brand new conversational experience with a lot more information. This Brazil versus Morocco match would be great for a watch party. I want to plan a watch party for the Brazil versus Morocco match. Give me iconic dishes from both countries. And here we go. Now check this out. Siri even included images. This is great. I would love to make tagine. Now I know my daughter would like to contribute one of her creations to this feast. What was that dessert Maria mentioned recently? Siri's searching across my phone. And pulled her message right into the conversation. Oh, coconut cookies. Sounds amazing. Now let's bring this all together. Bring these together for a one-of-a-kind menu for my watch party. Okay, let's see what Siri cooked up. I love the playful names here. This looks awesome. And Maria's coconut cookies are included here for dessert. I can refine this menu further with Siri or ask it to provide me recipes for these dishes. But for now, let's get some friends in on the plan. Send a message to the Gold Chasers group chat, asking if they're up for a watch party. Include the menu. All right, let's see. Siri called out the game. I can scroll through. I can edit this if I want. This looks perfect. Let's send it. There we go, done. So as you just saw, Siri used this world knowledge, helped find personal content, and collaborated with me to land on a super original menu for the party. Now let's talk about Siri on macOS. It offers a conversational experience that's just right for the larger display. And you can tap into it from anywhere across your Mac because we're integrating Siri into Spotlight. Spotlight is already where you go to find your apps, files, and more. And now, it helps you find answers to your questions too. You can also kick off a conversation with system-wide context menus. Just Control-click to ask Siri about images, files, or text. Let me give you a closer look. Spotlight is, of course, great for finding just about anything on my Mac. Like this folder we use to keep track of family stuff. Now, my son is super into 3D printing. His school has a setup, and I want to help them expand into a dedicated space. I can just ask Siri for help right from Spotlight. How should I think about building a makerspace in a shed? As I typed, Spotlight recognized this is a query for Siri. I can press return and start a conversation. Now, of course, this is a Mac, so I can drag this anywhere and resize it to see more. There's some great info in here for me to get started. Now, Siri can also answer specific questions about content on my Mac, like these quotes I have for different sheds. They're all formatted differently, really hard to compare. I can select multiple files, bring up the context menu, and I've got a new Siri field that I can use to quickly ask a question about my selection. Compare these and help me pick one. Siri's analyzing the 3 files, and check this out. Gave me a great table to help visualize it and explain how they stack up. Let's also factor in a problem my son hit with the old setup at school. Luke mentioned an electrical problem. Which one will fix it? Now check this out. Siri can also deal with my misspelling. Siri's searching across my messages and emails to find what my son shared. All right, here we go. Siri found the message and used it to give me a clear recommendation. Now, if I go with this recommendation, there's a lengthy lead time. Going to ask Siri, draft a friendly email to them, asking if they can accelerate the delivery. Now Siri's writing an email from scratch to Modular Workshops. And just like that, Siri extracted the contractor's email and name, called out why we picked them, and pitched a shorter lead time. This is awesome. So those are just a few ways you can get more done with Siri AI across iPhone and Mac. Now back to Mike.
We're bringing Siri AI, including its rich conversational experience, to even more platforms, like iPadOS. And for moments when you want to go back to a detailed response, you can turn to the dedicated Siri app across your Apple products. The Siri app makes it easy to revisit an existing conversation or kick off a new one. And when you open it, you can see an overview of your conversational history, which is synced privately with iCloud. So you can start chatting with Siri on your iPhone, pick up where you left off on your iPad, and wrap up on your Mac. We're also tailoring Siri AI for watchOS, so you can ask questions and take action right on your wrist. And you can also tap into the Siri app using the new app grid on Apple Watch. On visionOS, Siri AI takes full advantage of the power of spatial computing with a 3D visualization of Siri that you can place anywhere in your space. And you don't have to say, "Hey Siri," just look at Siri and start speaking.
Tell me about the show Silo, and check if I'm free when it premieres.
We can't wait for all the ways that rich conversations with Siri will elevate your experience across our platforms. Now, over to Seb.
There are even more ways to get things done with Siri AI. First, Siri now offers powerful visual intelligence across our platforms. On iPhone, it's integrated right into the camera app with a brand new Siri mode. It allows you to get information and take action on what's in front of you. Simply tap the shutter button to let Siri see what you see and give you a useful response. And you can pull down to get rich details and ask follow-up questions. Your images and conversations are saved to the Siri app, so you can easily revisit them. And this deep image understanding is powered by Apple Foundation models that run on private cloud compute to protect your privacy. The Siri mode also suggests relevant actions in the moment, based on what's in front of you. For example, you can point your iPhone at a plate of food to get nutritional insights, or if you're grabbing a bite with friends, you can point your iPhone at the bill, then select what you ordered to split the tab with Apple Cash. We're also bringing visual intelligence to macOS, where you can access it with a dedicated keyboard shortcut. Then select something on your Mac display and type directly to Siri to get a helpful answer. And you can go back and forth to learn more. Plus, it's easy to take action with what's on your screen. So if you're looking at a schedule, just bring up visual intelligence. And it suggests relevant actions like adding multiple events to your calendar all in one go. On iPad, you can use visual intelligence to ask Siri about what's on your screen, search visually, and take action. And it's integrated right into the screenshot experience. Visual intelligence with Siri is also coming to visionOS, where you can ask about things just by looking at them.
Will this work as a carry-on for my flight in September?
Siri recognizes what you're looking at, and it can combine world knowledge and personal context to provide a helpful answer.
Yes, the REI Flash 22 pack should easily work as a carry-on for your flight to Iceland in September.
You can also ask Siri about physical objects around you.
Yes, your Loa hiking boots will physically fit inside the REI Flash 22 pack, but it will be a tight squeeze.
Now, in addition to visual intelligence, writing tools are now more powerful and integrated into the Siri experience. So you can write with Siri virtually anywhere you type. Suppose you're kicking off a document at work. Just describe what you need in natural language, and Siri can generate a draft from scratch to get the ball rolling. And when you write with Siri in Mail and Messages, it can reflect how you usually communicate with a specific colleague or friend. For example, if you normally send your manager quick and direct bullet points, that's what you'll get when you draft an email with Siri. You can also get feedback on your writing. Just select what you've written, then ask Siri how it sounds. And Siri gives you helpful tips and suggestions to improve your work. What's great is as you type in apps across the system, Apple Intelligence now automatically proofreads for you. No need to take an extra step. And automatic proofreading is available system-wide, including most third-party apps. Those are just some of the ways that Siri AI is deeply integrated across our platforms, putting a wide range of useful tools right at your fingertips. And now, back to Craig.
We couldn't be happier to bring you Siri AI, our new version of Siri powered by Apple Intelligence. It's more intelligent, knowledgeable, and capable. It enables rich conversations and lets you refer back to them with a dedicated app. Plus, Siri AI has expansive visual intelligence, integrated tools for writing, and more. Siri AI will be available in English to start, and will quickly expand support for more languages. Now, let's turn to how Apple Intelligence is integrated deeply across your apps. With its new architecture and capabilities, it powers so many helpful features to simplify the things you do every day. From browsing the web and Safari, to staying on top of your communication and schedule, editing your favorite photos, and more. To tell you about some of the features Apple Intelligence powers in apps, here's Beth.
With Apple Intelligence, we're bringing you exciting new features across apps like Safari, Passwords, Messages, and more. Let's start with Safari. Safari was designed to help you move fast and stay focused on what matters. One of the ways we're delivering on that this year is a simpler, smarter way to manage your tabs. We all know how quickly a browsing session can lead to lots of open tabs. Today, Safari provides helpful tools like profiles and tab groups to manage your browsing. But it can still be a lot of work to keep track of everything. Now, Safari can use Apple Intelligence to tame your tabs by organizing them into topics. Safari analyzes each page, identifies similarities, and then brings related tabs together, making it easier to find what you're looking for. And Safari keeps you organized. It adds new related tabs to a topic even as you browse. When you're done for the day, you can close an entire topic or save it for later as a tab group. Safari also uses Apple Intelligence to help you stay on top of updates you care about. Sometimes we keep tabs open because we're waiting for something, like camp signups or a product to come back in stock. That can lead you to constantly refresh to see if something's been updated. Now, Safari can automatically monitor a page on your behalf with Notify Me. You can use natural language to tell Safari what you're looking for, and then close that tab with peace of mind. And later, when Safari detects the change, you'll get a notification so you can take action. Of course, all the intelligence we're adding to Safari is built privacy first. Unlike some browsers with AI that track your every move, Safari helps you stay in control of your sensitive browsing data by not sharing it with anyone, not even Apple. Next, let's talk about how Safari is even more personal. Wouldn't it be great if you could tailor the content of a web page to your particular needs and preferences, like adding a button to the toolbar to save and rate recipes you've tried? Now, with Describe an extension, you can do just that. Simply describe what you want in natural language, and Safari can create a custom extension that adapts web pages just for you. Safari also works with the Passwords app to upgrade your security using Apple Intelligence. Passwords already alerts you about weak and compromised passwords, but going to each site and changing them can take time. Now, you can automatically update eligible accounts to strong passwords with just a tap. Behind the scenes, Passwords uses Apple Intelligence and Safari to agentically take action on your behalf, securely navigating through each website to sign in and fix your passwords, giving you peace of mind without the hassle. Apple Intelligence also helps you stay on top of your communication and schedule with useful features that put relevant information at your fingertips across messages, mail, calendar, and the phone app, right when you need it. Now, Messages uses Apple Intelligence to understand the context of your conversations and offers one-tap suggestions, making it easier than ever to get things done, like creating a reminder or a note. Or, if someone asks for photos, Messages helps you find the right ones. Just tap Search for Photos, and Messages recognizes keywords, locations, and people named in your library to find the best options. When you receive an email, Mail also offers more capable suggestions based on the context, letting you quickly take action with your favorite apps, including third-party apps. Plus, Calendar now uses Apple Intelligence to let you add events to your schedule, just by describing them in natural language. As you type, Calendar identifies Elena as someone in your contacts, puts magic donuts in the location, and adds a title. It's also easier to edit events. So if you update a weekly team lunch to every other week, the Calendar app adjusts the frequency for you. Apple Intelligence also powers a useful feature in the Phone app. Now, when you call a business, Call Context can proactively surface relevant information from across your apps. So if you call an airline to change your flight, the Phone app can automatically find your confirmation code in Mail, so you have exactly what you need right when the call starts. And the Phone app looks at who you're calling, not what you're saying, to surface helpful info. It runs entirely on device, so nothing is shared with Apple or anyone else. Now, over to Cecilia to show you a few more apps with brand new intelligence.
Let's talk about how you can use Apple Intelligence to streamline the things you do every day in Home and Shortcuts. Now, Apple Intelligence makes it easier to stay on top of things at home, starting with accessory notifications. They're a great way to know what's going on, but they can also add up. The Home app draws on Apple Intelligence to understand related notifications as a single activity. So you get one notification that continues to update as this activity happens. We've also got some cool new tricks for one of the most popular home accessories, cameras. The Home app can now use Apple Intelligence to analyze recorded clips from compatible cameras and generate descriptions that summarize what happened in them. And because it understands what happened in the video, it can pull up relevant footage from all your cameras. So when you play a clip, the Home app seamlessly connects them together to give you the whole picture. Like, what exactly has been going on in your backyard? This deeper level of understanding also enables you to search through camera clips by what was captured. Before you even type, the Home app elevates the most important clips you might want to review at the very top of search. Or if you're still looking for that one specific moment, like a package delivery, you can find exactly what you're looking for across multiple cameras. So that's how Apple Intelligence helps you understand what's going on at home. Plus, you can now view your recorded clips in even greater detail with 4K resolution on supported cameras. Another place where Apple Intelligence is enhancing your daily workflows is Shortcuts. Shortcuts helps people get more done faster by automating all kinds of things. And we're taking a big step forward to make Shortcuts more approachable than ever. You can already connect hundreds of system and app actions to simplify your common multi-step tasks. While super powerful, the process of creating these shortcuts can feel, well, complicated. So we're making it easier than ever by letting you simply describe a shortcut. Shortcuts now uses Apple Intelligence to reason over your natural language description and assemble all the required steps for you just like that. Say you want to let your partner know what time you'll get home every time you leave work. You could type something like, "When I'm leaving work, message Pedro I'm on my way with my ETA." Shortcuts then pulls together the system and app actions you need. In this case, it creates an automation that runs the shortcut when you leave your work address, calculates your ETA home with maps and sends it with messages. If you see something you need to tweak or add, just describe it, and Shortcuts makes the change, like automatically playing your favorite podcast too. It's the perfect superpower to stay on top of things every day. There's never been a better time to try out Shortcuts. Now, I'll pass it over to Leslie to tell you about how Apple Intelligence helps you express yourself.
Apple Intelligence helps you bring your creativity to the next level with an entirely new version of Image Playground. This year, we're reimagining the experience with powerful image models at the core. Image Playground now lets you make high-quality images in pretty much any style you want, including photorealistic, thanks to our new generative model that runs on private cloud compute. This is a major upgrade for image generation across our platforms, giving you a more powerful way to bring your imagination to life. From stunning nature scenes to fun images using multiple people from your photos library. You can also transform your photos into endless styles just by describing what you want in natural language. And with private cloud compute, your photos are never stored or shared, even with Apple. We're also giving you brand new ways to modify your images. Let's say you're planning a birthday party for your friend, and you want to make an image for the invite. You can start with a person from your photos library and a simple description to make a fun image of her with a birthday cake. Then describe the changes you want to make. And since this is a mystery-themed party, let's make sure she looks the part. It's really easy to refine your images using touch, too. Just circle over an object to highlight it, like that cake, to do things like move or resize it, or describe your change in natural language. So with the cake selected, you can add candles to give it that perfect finishing touch. You also have more ways to use the images you create, like choosing the right dimensions for what you're working on, including a landscape image for your small business's website, or a portrait image for your flyer. Image Playground is integrated across the system, so it's great for making images for things like messages backgrounds. And we're bringing it into more experiences, so you can generate contact posters and lock screen wallpapers. Plus, you get suggestions made just for you, which are inspired by your photos, with your favorite locations and activities. And for developers, these new features are available with the Image Playground API. This all-new Image Playground experience opens up a whole new world of possibilities for your creativity. Now, over to Alok.
In addition to the images you dream up, we're giving you brand new Apple Intelligence capabilities for the photos you capture. At Apple, we have a deep respect for the craft of photography. And so our goal for bringing AI into the Photos app is to help photographers enhance their images in ways that respect the original moment. And now, photos can tap into the new, more powerful image models of Apple Intelligence to make incredible edits possible. We have 3 features to help make your compositions frame-worthy. First, the popular cleanup tool is getting a big upgrade, so you can remove distractions with better quality and more realistic infill, even when the scene is complex, like this. Next, sometimes you wish you had a little more space around your subject, or you need a different aspect ratio for a project. Now you can expand your images with the Extend tool to give your subjects more breathing room, or to straighten a crooked horizon without cropping out anything important. And we have one more super impressive new editing tool, one that builds on Cleanup and Extend and our deep understanding of spatial models thanks to Apple Vision Pro. Have you ever looked at a photo and wished you would have had more time to think about the composition when you captured it? Maybe you accidentally framed a sign above someone's head, or the photo would have been more symmetrical if you had stepped to the right, or you missed eye contact with your subject by a fraction of a second. Now, with spatial reframing, you can fix all these things after the photo was taken. Let me show you how it works. Let's take a look at a picture I recently took of my kids. I love this cute photo of my son and daughter celebrating their last day of school, but I wish I'd spent more time thinking about the framing. When I tap Edit, you'll see a new Tools option in the lower right. Here I'll find all the editing features that use our Apple Intelligence image models and private cloud compute, including spatial reframing. Let's tap Reframe. Once the image loads, you'll see that the UI is super simple. You can interact with the photo directly to adjust the framing. I can touch, drag, and the perspective shifts as if I had repositioned the camera in the original scene. This capability uses on-device spatial models, so you can preview the effect in real time. And as you adjust the photo, you'll see a blur around the edges of the original image, which will be filled in later by our generative models. And I can pinch to zoom in, closer, and there. That looks great. Now I'll tap Reframe. This feature is super cool because it combines our advanced on-device spatial models with our powerful image generation model on private cloud compute to create the final photo. And even better, it only generates new content to fill in the gaps where the perspective has been shifted. This ensures that the reframe photo stays consistent with the original scene. Here's the final result, and it looks great. As I toggle before and after, you can see my kids are much better framed in the scene after moving the camera down, and the content that was filled in looks so natural. It's like I was able to go back in time and adjust my camera in the moment I snapped the photo. So those are the new Apple Intelligence capabilities in Photos. And what's great is that these features work on almost any photo in your library, even older photos or photos taken with other cameras. And now, back to Craig.
Those are just some of the ways that Apple Intelligence is up-leveling so many of the apps you use every day. These new features across apps will be coming to all our Apple Intelligence supported languages. And they'll be available for free with our latest software releases. Some features, including image generation, have daily usage limits because they rely on powerful server models. Increased access is available with most iCloud Plus subscription plans, which also include Apple Intelligence support for compatible home cameras. So that's our next generation of Apple Intelligence. From an entirely new Siri that's more capable and conversational, to new ways for browsing the web, expressing your creativity, and editing your photos. All with privacy built in. This is a big step forward on our journey to integrate powerful AI into the core of our platforms and make our products even more personal and useful. And that's not all. We're bringing many more Apple Intelligence features to our users. This update will be supported on the same product models that support Apple Intelligence today. Our most powerful on-device model and the features it enables, like expressive voices and more advanced dictation, will be coming to our most capable iPhone, iPad, and Mac systems. Developers can start trying out our new version of Siri today. And for customers, we'll be launching Siri AI in beta later this year. We're excited to hear your feedback. Siri AI will not be available initially in the EU on iOS and iPadOS. We're working hard to find a path forward that preserves our users' privacy and security. In China, Siri AI and the other new Apple Intelligence features will not be available while we work through regulatory requirements. Next, for developers, there's a lot to be excited about, with new tools and technologies to help you build incredible apps. Now you can bring Apple Intelligence right into your apps using technologies you already know, like App Intents, to help users surface the right information and get things done just by asking Siri. For example, because the messaging app Line indexes its content into Spotlight, users can ask Siri to help them find information from their conversations in the app. Or because the Calendar app, Structured, adopts App Intents, a user can just ask Siri to create an event and quickly add it to their timeline, and it's done. And so many of you are already building the next generation of intelligent apps. Powerful, fast, and private, using the on-device model through the Foundation Models framework. You can now use images as input in addition to text, extend the model capabilities with custom skills, and even use models running on servers, all through the same Swift API. For example, many people ask me, how can you possibly do this many presentations and always be in some version of a blue shirt? Answer, I apply advanced technology. With an app like Daydream, I can select a photo from an event, and the app can use the on-device model to identify every piece of my outfit. Then it uses its deep fashion expertise to help me find something right within my narrow fashion comfort zone. In addition to Apple Foundation models, you can now easily bring other models to run locally in your app with the full power of Apple Silicon using the new Core AI framework available on all our platforms. That's apps and intelligence working together. And it comes back to what has always made the apps you make so great: rich, native experiences, now enhanced with intelligence, not replaced by it. Our app ecosystem has never been more vibrant. More developers, more apps, more innovation than ever before. Like with agentic coding, it's changing how apps get built, and Xcode is the best place to build them. The coding assistant can now localize an entire app and interact with simulated devices. And you can extend its capabilities with custom skills. You can also choose the model and agent of your choice, now including Gemini, and connect to tools like Figma and GitHub. And we're reimagining how you can test apps with the all-new Device Hub that brings every device, simulated and real, into one unified interface. You can now simulate multi-touch controls like swipe and pinch, change your app's appearance in one click, and even resize it dynamically to iterate like never before. You'll hear much more about our tools, languages, and frameworks in the platform's State of the Union. And we have a big week ahead with technical sessions, live forums, group labs with Apple engineers, and more. It's going to be an amazing WWDC. Now, back to Tim.
Thank you, Craig, and thanks to all of our presenters. We're excited to bring a wide range of improvements to each of our platforms, making them even more useful and delightful. We're also continuing to provide more features that will help kids enjoy their Apple products to the fullest while ensuring their experiences are most appropriate for them. And the next generation of Apple Intelligence introduces new capabilities, including Siri AI that delivers rich conversations and draws upon your personal context to help you get more done. This, along with our other new features and capabilities, will help users get even more out of our products. Our new OS releases will be available as developer betas today, with a public beta coming next month. And they will be available to users this fall. On a personal note, some of the greatest highlights of my time as CEO have been events like this. Sharing powerful new tools with all of you and then seeing what you create with them has been a constant reminder that imagination has no limits. Over the years, you have helped people connect, create, learn, and experience the world in extraordinary new ways. And with the incredible capabilities we introduced today, and so many more still to come, I truly believe the best is still ahead. At Apple, creating the best products in the world to deliver experiences that enrich people's lives has always been our North Star. It's been the honor of a lifetime to help advance that mission with teams whose creativity, care, and conviction continue to make a lasting difference in people's lives. Thank you all for joining us. Let's have a great WWDC.
All I need is good reads and some better sleep. I keep it calm so these drafts stay in call sheet. I made the track, Band Lab, Asana back to back. I never slack, chase money, hit my cash app. I've been connected like Tetris to Depop and Robocop, TV Peacock, clicking Photoshop, Letterbox, Dropbox, HubSpot and whatnot. Bump into my township, then post them on my TikTok. Can you see me on your screen? I've been everywhere. Can you see me on your screen? I could take it up. I know that you got a lot of dreams. You can make it. I'm loaded, I'm loaded, I'm loaded, I'm loaded. With gratitude, I'm on a journey. Geo gets a tide guide. It's brilliant how the temple runs. It's gotta be my eyes. Bloom colors, luminar, the feather green touch too. We outlanders too. I fly Delta, Reddit on the jet blue. World of airports, I'd rather kayak. The gap will give me confidence. My outlook, explore 7 continents. Heads up, this a League of Legends in your headspace. Move slowly with the rover, but my friends know my fan base are soon. Can you see me on your screen? I've been everywhere. I know that you got a lot of dreams. You can make it. I'm loaded, I'm loaded, I'm loaded, I'm loaded up. Study plus, I swing vision and speed test. I took the steps, the same shop on StockX. The star maker, the skyscraper, the sky guy, the townsfolk, the true skating, the tie-dye. And lift I roll, the food are really too good to go. DJ unfold, my set was cold, I hit them slopes. I'm on Red Z for Mississippi. I'm loaded at Nordstrom and NBA. Don't leave them open. Hella time riding, I'm striving on the Strava. Transformers on the Twitch, I gotta tip my Uber driver. Old Navy on my ways, Warframe. Wonder which of us on watch duty. Main agenda be real or AMC, I watch movies. Good notes, I Minecraft, I'm LinkedIn. The craft is expensive, attentive. Wimbledon, Evernote for letterheads, the ladder when I loaded it. So thank you for developing these apps for me and all my friends.